On Tuesday, 15th March 2022, the pound sterling passed the 10 cedi mark briefly, meaning one British pound converted to just over 10 Ghanaian cedis for the first time ever in history. This is an all-time low for the Ghanaian cedi currency. Meanwhile, gas prices, that is vehicle fuel prices, are at an all-time high, with diesel prices going past the 10 cedi mark for the first time also. Now, some may speculate that all of this is due to the Russia and Ukraine wars. No, ladies and gentlemen, if you've been listening to previous episodes of the Podbites series on the Sound of Accra podcast, you would learn that these economic woes were only a matter of time. Now, what do I mean by that? Now, on September 2021, I released an episode called The State of Ghana's Economy Q4 2021, where I hinted that the Ghanaian economy was on a downward spiral with inflation rising every single week. I'll leave a link to this episode in the show notes for those that want to revisit this in the podcast player that you're listening to. Now, the reasons for this all-time low, I will not get into on this episode, okay? However, an interesting tweet has resurfaced by President Nana Akuffo-Addo, who tweeted back on 4th May 2016, who clearly wasn't the president back then, said in this tweet, and I quote, "The current depreciation of the Ghana Cedis against the US dollar is because of bad leadership. We should not be where we are today to buy the dollar for 3.72 cedis. Vote for change. #change now." Unquote. However, fast forward today, it is now 7.30 cedis to purchase $1 American dollar. Is this all due to bad leadership? I'll let you all decide. Okay? Now, there has been multiple calls on the government to stabilize the cedi against other major currencies. Typically, what you would notice is that the cedi gets weaker by 1 year on year. Now, for example, if it's £1 to 5 cedi in year 1, it would be on average £1 to 6 cedis in year 2. This is the common trend that I've picked up on. Now, Bloomberg, one of the biggest publications in the world, recently published that the Ghanaian cedi is now one of the worst performing currencies among Africa's top currencies. Bloomberg also benchmarks the depreciation of the Ghanaian cedi to the dollar at 8.86% between January 1st, 2022 and February 25th, 2022. This is followed by the Zambian kwacha with a depreciation of 6.02%. Now, rising debts have clearly pounded the value of the cedi, with foreign exports of oil and commodities have done little to counteract the depreciation of the currency. Would Ghana still be one of the most attractive African destinations to live and invest in the coming years? Let us know your thoughts. Send us a tweet on Twitter at The Sound of Accra. You can get in touch with us on LinkedIn or Instagram. Just search for The Sound of Accra. If you're listening on Apple Podcasts or Spotify, please leave us a review and give us a 5-star rating. This really helps to get this kind of content out to more people who need to hear it. And just to also remind you that we are also on YouTube. You can visit youtube.com/The Sound of Accra podcast, or just simply search The Sound of Accra and you'll find us. You can watch some of our previous episodes and subscribe to our YouTube channel to get alerts on some big episodes we have dropping very soon. We also have a website, thesoundofaccra.com, for those of you who are new listeners and want to learn a bit more about what we do here on the show. Now, if you've listened to the end, you've been incredible. I've been Adrian Daniels, as usual. Until next time, God bless and take care. Thank you for tuning in.